For me personally, I always felt like I never wanted to be married before the age of 30, but I did want to be married before the age of 40, and I still got time because I'm not 40 yet. I'm inching there. Secondly, the reason why I did not want to marry before the age of 30 is because I felt like a man in that age bracket was not ready for marriage. That was my personal thought. Now that I'm a little older, I can understand the logic in growing with someone, but at that time, because I hadn't seen that you should give somebody the opportunity and grow with them, it wasn't nothing that was on my mind. I just felt like, shoot, the men that I hadn't come across and the men that I didn't seen, they cheat. So let them try to get as much as they can out of their system. Hopefully by the time they hit their mid-30s going into 40s, they kind of slow down a little bit. That's how I looked at it.
So why didn't she, at 25, maybe date a guy that was 32 or 33? Why say to yourself or limit yourself and say, no, I'm going to wait till I'm 30 and then start looking for a man to possibly marry? So my question is, what were you doing in your 20s?
100%. They should look at the age range. You can get married as, I think it's 18, I think, or 16 with parental consent in the UK. So if you're old enough to get married, then you're old enough to date the range. But if you limit yourself to people within the same kind of age groups, yeah, between 18 and 20, yeah, somebody else, a male between 18 and 20 is like husband material, you're joking. What about between 20 and 25? Is he going to be settled in his life? Well, everybody, but the majority are going to be out there playing the field, and they're raised to play the field. So again, those girls, if they're going to be limiting themselves to people immediately to their own age, they're not playing the odds. And then when they get to the 25, they've got 10 years, give or take. Maybe a little bit more now, thankfully, with the modern techniques and the help that you can get. 10 plus years in order to find somebody of great quality and the similar interests and things like that, and have that financial potential to sustain a family, and then also have kids, assuming that there's no problems. And that's when they're at the right side of the body clock. But if they want to go traveling and put it into other things, or just want to invest in their girl time and invest in their me time and invest in time out, or I'm not quite ready now, or I've had one failed relationship, I'm going to spend 6 months, you probably heard it yourself, a year, 2 years, 3 years, just kind of, just kind of keeping myself to myself. If they're women, they haven't got that time to waste. And nobody's raising them to say, no, listen, you need to keep on it. Just kind of playing on with the fallacy. But anyway, opportunities to date when you're 40 and single. I say you're wrong side of the body clock, most likely, not definitely, but most likely. Going to limit the talent pool. And then you are going to have to probably date somebody who's already got kids, so which adds baggage to that future relationship. You can't ignore that your sexual market value, the other side of the body clock, has gone down. So even if you are gorgeous but in the wrong side of the body clock, you may well go down from a 7 to something closer to average, which means you will need to go for a different type of man instead of excluding them all.